the size of our lots, I think the rural atmosphere, we don't have signs, we don't have a lot of clutter in our community, which I really appreciate. Again, I think just the little characteristics of Oak Ridge is beautiful, and I continue to keep those.
Okay, thank you.
Roger, you've been a strong advocate for a municipal water system. Some people fear, however, that once a water system is in place, a municipal septic system might follow, which might in turn lead to a surge in commercial development. Do you think this is true? And if so, would an increase in commercial development have a positive or negative effect on the town? And Eric, I'm sorry, and Roger, we have 60 seconds.
Yes, I think if you had municipal water plus you had a sewer system, you would be forced really into smaller lots. You would be forced into probably industry and what have you. But I can't foresee any of this happening in Oak Ridge in really the next several years. We are currently working still on the water, but it's probably a long way away. So that's what it is.
Okay.
Danny, you have served as chairman of the Town Hall Building Committee and as co-chairman of the 10th Anniversary Committee. What experience did you glean from these two leadership roles that have better prepared you to serve on the town council? These will be 60 seconds, and just so that I don't confuse my timekeeper, by default, you'll have 60 seconds on all your questions.
Now that you've said it, you have to repeat the question.
Okay. Okay. You've served as chairman of the Town Hall Building Committee and as co-chairman of the 10th Anniversary Committee. What experience did you glean from these two leadership roles that have better prepared you to serve on the town council?
I think the most obvious thing I gleaned from those leadership roles was working with the various committees that were assembled. The town is very rich in volunteerism. I believe we have somewhere in excess of 70 people serving on a variety of committees. And in working with those committees, specifically, I found that there was actually quite a bit of talent in Oak Ridge, and through the use of the talent and good dialogue, we were able to get a lot of issues clearly stated, clearly framed, and then position ourselves to take that particular exercise, whether it be building the town hall, celebrating the town's anniversary, and execute a plan. And again, with the assistance that we had, it was invaluable, and it made my job as leader on those two committees rather easy.
Thank you. And Tony, are you satisfied with the rate of commercial development that Oak Ridge has experienced in the last 10 to 15 years, and with the development ordinances in place to control commercial growth in the future?
I think currently we have a fairly slow or steady rate of commercial development, and that's something that I'm actually very positive about. I come from two very large cities, Miami and Orlando, previous to living here, and our development was very unchecked, very sprawling, and that's one of the things that I looked for when we came to Oak Ridge. I think having the ordinances in place that we do have helps us to plan for any future growth that comes in and evaluate it as it comes in, so that we can best plan the use of the town, but also make sure that it's manageable for the people who live here and the other things such as traffic, utilities, parking, those things that would also be impacted as commercial development comes in.
Thank you. Danny, I'm coming right back to you on this one. What do you think is the greatest challenge of being a council member, and how will you meet this challenge?
I think it's hard to just pin it down to the greatest challenge, because there's a series of challenges that face any committee. The towns in the needs of the town are beginning to become more and more in terms of growth. We used to have a very simple community with just a few thousand people. Now we're getting up there in numbers, and all the issues, whether it be use of the park, use of water, future sewers, commercial growth, affects everyone that lives here. And to just put it into one challenge is going to be tough. I think by creating good dialogue and bringing people together, we'd be able to meet the challenges through good communication.
Okay, thank you. Liz, Oak Ridge, Stokesdale, and Summerfield share the same borders at various points. Together, there is significant land area and population to be serviced. How do you feel about consolidating services to provide all three towns a lower cost to citizens, as opposed to the towns having different service providers? And if in favor of this concept, what services do you feel the three towns could possibly offer together?
I would assume the water, utilities would be very important if we could combine. I don't know how the trash services are divided, because that is up to the individual. But I would certainly think it would benefit all of us if we could combine our services.
Thank you. Roger, do you feel any of the town's ordinances, such as development, noise, nuisance, etc., need to be modified in order to be more fair, have more teeth in them, and or address concerns of council members and residents?
I think first of all, our town ordinances, as they are right now, are well written. And there is always things that are happening that may cause you to have to modify an ordinance. And I just say that, we look at the things as they go every day. And if there is something there that happens, or if there's something out there that needs to be covered differently in the ordinance, we got an ordinance review committee, and this is what they do. And so it's just great to have that. And so we just kind of bring up the suggestions and then turn it over to them.
Thank you. Tony, one of the candidates indicated an objection to the town council spending 90% of the budget on the town park. A member of the finance committee calculates this to be actually 47% of the budget. Do you object to this expenditure?
Well, since I've been on the park development for about 4 years, I don't. But I think it was a needed element for the town, not only as a service and a relief for the town as it continues to grow, but also as a gathering place for us, just as the town hall has been and continues to be. I think the grand opening really showed how the community appreciated a place to come together to meet as a community. So I don't think that it was an excessive expenditure. Being on that commission, we continue to be very fiscally responsible with the planning as we go forward and taking advantage of as many things such as the Cardiff grant that we did for matching costs as much as possible. We will continue to do that as the park development goes forward.
Thank you. Roger, do you think the Oak Ridge Town Council is business friendly? If so, can you give specific examples of how the town council and staff members regularly encourage, work with, and or regularly communicate with local business owners and managers to ensure a healthy and positive working relationship?
I think our council is friendly. I know there are some things, such as sign ordinance and stuff like this, that maybe our merchants feel that we are picking on them. But let me say this, I think that that's one of the most fair ordinances that we have. We don't have to ride through Oak Ridge and see unsightly signs at every intersection. And so I think we are friendly, and I